Hey everybody, Tina here with Loving Life's Little Blessings, and I am going to do a Project Life sort of catch-up kind of video. I have been keeping up with my Project Life. I'm not like really necessarily like behind how you would think like maybe I would get behind. I have been putting my photos in because I set up my albums ahead of time. I already have in my title cards and my 3x4 cards, and I've been slipping my photos in. But the thing that I do not have is I don't have my journaling done. My journaling is not done all the way back to Valentine's Day week. So I'm going to be doing that, catching up on all of my journaling. And then I'm also going to be doing some title cards and some week number cards. So the way I do my Project Life album is I do a title card and then I also number my weeks. So I have it back to week number 11. And so I'm going to go ahead and do week cards all the way through to where I'm at. I'm also going to do some title cards, and I'm going to talk a little bit about title cards, what they're all about, what I use them for, what I think that their purpose is, and I'm going to come back and do that. But right now I just wanted to show you really quickly that I got my photos printed. Yesterday was Friday, so I got them printed, and then I'm just putting my photos in. I'm going through and just seeing where I need to be, dropping all my memorabilia in, and then I'm gonna come back, you guys, and I'm gonna talk about those title cards and show you where I go from there. I'm getting ready to pull over my embellishments and my little crate cart thing, and I'm gonna do some Project Life. So I will be back. Hey everybody, I'm back, and I've worked on my album a little bit this afternoon. I went all the way back to Valentine's Day week, which was this week, and I've done all of my journaling. So what I did is I decided to just do the really easy way of doing journaling, typing journaling out, and I just used vellum. So you can see that I just took vellum, typed my journaling out, and then I actually just slipped most of it in to the 3x4 pockets. Some of it I actually attached because it was smaller. Like this journaling right here was smaller. So I'm experiencing a couple setbacks in the way I do my Project Life because I've changed to a new computer, and as many of you know, I changed from a PC to a Mac. And so the program that I used, the photo sheet program that I used to put two photos together on one 4x6 is not compatible with a Mac, so I can't use it, and I'm really honestly devastated about that because I was really just getting into the swing of getting more photos in my album by creating collages. And I haven't really found another program that works well. The other thing that I've been experiencing is the photo editing program that I used was a very, very old editing program. It was for PC, obviously, so it's not even compatible with a Mac. And then it's very, very outdated. So I've been using PicMonkey to edit all my photos, which I love. I really love that program. But it is limited in what it can do. And my goal is to get Photoshop Elements and learn that program and use that program. I just, with the room remodel and all the expense of just buying the computer and remodeling, it's just not in my budget right now to purchase that, but I will be purchasing that. So with that said, I've been going the very easy route these days of doing my album, and the way that I've been doing my journaling is I just open up Pages on the Mac, which is like, you know, your Word document, your Microsoft Word, and I just add a text box. So I add a text box, and this is exactly how you would do it in Word. Add a text box, and then I drag that text box to 3.9 wide to 2.9 wide, 3.9 tall, which is like a 3x4 box. And then I do all my journaling in it. And then the reason I do it shorter than 3 3x4 is because if you do it at exactly 3x4, then when you trim it, it doesn't fit in the pockets. So you'll end up cutting off journaling. So I just do it slightly smaller than a 3x4, and I type out in that journaling box, and then I just copy and paste that how many ever times I need it for my journaling. So I literally just sat my album in front of me, and then I typed out all my journaling on the computer, and then I printed it on vellum, and I used Stampin' Up vellum to do that. And then for these are 4x4 boxes, so I did the same thing. I did 3.9 by 3.9, and then I typed out all my journaling. Now, originally back here, somebody asked if I just used the same font for my journaling throughout my whole album, and I answered them and I said yes. I found a font that I really love, and I'm just using that through my whole album. I have since, I'm not really loving that font anymore. I don't really like the size of it. It is sort of a weird size, and I can't get as much journaling in the boxes, sort of. That's the easiest way to explain it. So I'm back to kind of trying out some different fonts and seeing what I like. And I don't know, I've always just used whatever font I felt like for that particular layout, and I might just keep doing that. So I went back to this week. I added all of the journaling that you see, and then I added some hearts here. I added this heart here and these hearts here. This was a lot of room for journaling, these 4x4 squares, so I just didn't end up having anything to journal down here. So then same thing here, most of this journaling is just slipped into the pockets. This week is my home tour, and I still need a photo of our bedroom, and then I still need to finish up the descriptions and items that we're working on for this. So then this week, again, I just mentioned I've been using PicMonkey for editing photos, and I've been trying to add text to my photos. I haven't got it down quite yet. Like there's, oh, not this one. This photo. Oh, where'd it go? Okay, hold on one second. Oh, I flipped too far. Okay, so like this photo, I added journaling to it, and then when I had it printed, it cut off my journaling. Same thing with, I think this goes here. Whoops, and this came out. Where does this go? This is March. It's gonna go over here. Same thing with this photo. It cut off. Not only did it cut off this person's head, I wasn't happy about, but then it also sort of cut off my journaling. And so I print at Walgreens, and they're not like my #1 pick for printing. For one thing, the Walgreens that I print at, you can't get matted photos. You can only get glossy. I don't like glossy photos. I would rather print in the matted photos. But it's just really my only option. It's one of those give and take things with my album, doing it weekly. I want to get my photos printed weekly. I don't want to have to wait and have them sent to me and wait for that shipping. I really want to get them printed on Friday and pick them up on Friday. And I don't want to print at Walmart. I don't like Walmart's printing. I've had really bad experiences with it. And so the quality of Walgreens photos they're good. The Walgreens we go to has really great customer service. They're really great. We've gotten to know them as my husband's been coming in weekly and picking up photos. So, you know, it's give and take on that. So, anyways, I got to figure out a little bit on the sizing of things when adding text. So, then here's my March pocket, and then here's some more journaling that I did. I'm just sharing with you guys what I've done today. You guys have seen all the other stuff in my update for last month, and then you'll see more of the items at the end of the month when I do my blog hop. So then I've written on some of my photos. I took a slick writer and I missed this page when I was doing my journaling. When I was typing it, I missed this one and this one. So I don't know what happened. I guess when I was just sitting there flipping through, I just missed these two. So I thought that's okay. I'll just do some handwriting. So I took a slick writer and hand wrote on this vellum my handwriting just was not good. I'm really annoyed with it, but I'm just moving on because I've just got to move on with stuff. I can't, you know, hang out. So then I used my white gel pen on here, and I actually liked the way it came out. I thought it gave it a really nice touch. The handwriting, I do like doing both. It's just sometimes my handwriting is really nice and other times it's not. So then I did this. I used a different font starting this week, and I did the vellum again. It's just slipped in the pockets. And then I did this. I took my hexagon punch and the 6-sided sampler stamp set that matches that. And I did this little, I felt like it needed a little something. And then I also wanted to do the week 12 here. So I just stamped those and then I punched them out and I did this nice little pattern here. And it worked out really nice because for this title card, I have these bees on here. So I really wanted to talk about title cards. On Friday, I'm going to be showing you how I make some of my title cards. It's going to be what I feature for Love and Life Friday this week. But I wanted to briefly just chat a little bit about title cards. And I know that I've gotten some questions from people. What are title cards? How do you use title cards? What am I supposed to do with title cards? So I wanted to just take a minute and talk a little bit about title cards. So here is a core kit. This is just a regular full core kit. It is the new core kit that I just recently got. When you open up your core kit, you have all these 4x6 cards. And then if you get past the first and last page of cards, you have cards that look like this. And these are what are referred to as title cards. So then when you flip back here, you have bifold cards, and these are exactly what they sound like. They are already scored in the middle so you can fold them, and these cards are meant to hold more journaling. So if you have something where you have a longer story than would just fit on a 3x4 card, you can write out the journaling and then you can fold it and slip this into the 3x4 pocket, and then it is your bifold card that has more journaling on it. I don't use them like that very often. I actually use all of my 4x6 cards really as title cards. Occasionally I have that happen where I need more journaling, but it's very, very rare. So originally I'm just going to venture to say, I mean, I'm obviously not Becky Higgins. I don't exactly know, you know, I didn't design them. I'm not the creator of this. But from what I've watched and what I've gathered, I'm going to share with you what title cards are. I got involved with Project Life about 1.5 years after it kind of started. So it was still pretty new. And originally when she started it, it was called Project 365. And the whole idea of the product was that you take a photo a day and then you do journaling. And she talks about this a lot. You can go back and watch some of the videos she's done as to why she did that, why she designed it specifically that way. So the way this is laid out, you have 8 of these 4x6 pockets, and then you have the 3x4 pockets that go all the way across. So the idea is that you would have Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then you'd flip the page and you would start your next week. Or you would start on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, however your weeks run. So this spot right here would be what would be called your title card. And you can see that all of the title cards look similar, where they have a design and then they have some sort of area where you would write or you would stamp something. So the original Project Life core kits came with a date stamp. A date stamp just looks like this, where it's a roller date stamp. You have your dates right here. And then this is a really fun one. It has some other little sayings right there. So the idea was that you would take your date stamp, you would stamp right here in this little area, and you would be like, you know, April 7th through April 13th, and that would be your title card, and that would go right here. Then you would take your photos each day, and then you would do your journaling. So that's the very basic form of Project Life and the very basic form of a title card. So obviously you don't have to take a picture of a day. That's what I do. I take a picture of a day. I label my, put my spreads by the week. So this is week 12. And I have this card here that has, it's March, and then it was the dates were the 16th through the 22nd. So that's how I choose to do Project Life. You don't have to do it that way. What you can do is you can do it monthly. I've seen where people just do it by the month. So at the very beginning of the month, they just put a title card that says the month, and then they just put their photos in, and how many ever layouts they do, they use the next card up here just for a picture, or they do journaling. You know, they'll take one of these bifold cards and they'll just stick it right there, and it'll have journaling. And then when they get to the next month, they'll do another title card that says, you know, the next month. So that's the very basic form. So you can do whatever you want with your title cards, or you don't have to use them. What I like to do is I like to start each spread with a title card, and I do this in all different forms. So in January, I did a 3x4 date card, and I circled the dates. Now, I really like these date cards, and you can get them. There's tons of free printables that you can get. You can purchase them. My March cards I bought on Etsy. They were very, very cheap. I think they were $3.99, and there was a ton of them. You got the 4x6 cards, and then you got 3x4 cards that looked like this. So what I like to do is I like to change it up, but within each month I stay the same. So you can see January all looks the same. I used this 3x4 card, which I actually just made in, you know, your Word program on your computer. So all of January looks the same. So then in February, I decided to do it a little bit different, and I did my week up here. You can see I did that, and then I had a 3x4 card that told which week it was. So then for the next one, I didn't do anything. There's really nothing. This is just the card, and there was already writing on it. And so I just left it, and then I did my week card. And then here, the same thing. I was going to do Valentine's Day up here, but I ended up not having enough room. So then again, you can see that all of February is the same. So all of February I did week 5, week 6, week 7, and then on this side I did week 8. So then in March, I went ahead and used this as my title card. So all of March looks like that. March, I did some, you know, stickers, or I did rub-ons here. I used a punch right here just to give it a little bit more character. Here's the next one. And then for April, so we're in April, and I haven't really done anything yet because I haven't really worked on April yet. We're just still right in the beginning of April. But for April, I'll do each of these title cards differently, and I'll either find a card that I like that has the date, or I'll do some stamping. So that is the basic idea for title cards. That would be just your very basic of what you would use them for. And I don't get overly fancy with them. I don't spend a lot of time doing them. I just like to be a little bit creative with them, and then I like 1 month to all be the same whatever I'm doing. The one thing that I have found as I'm working on my album is I really like my weeks numbered. So you can see that in March, I was not numbering my weeks like I had done. Like I was just using a different title card, and it didn't really occur to me that my weeks would need to be numbered. You can see, yeah. So in February, I was using this card, and then it tells you week 7. So then as I've been working on March, And I've been getting into like April, and I've been thinking, what week are we on? What week is this? I'm not sure. I don't remember. And I like to date. That's the reason that it's important for me to know which week it is, so that I can look back on a calendar and then figure out which dates that week was. So what I've been doing is, that's something that I did today. I went back through and then I was numbering my weeks. So this was week 11. I just used some little stickers and I put week 11. Here's week 12. So I stamped that. Week 13 I just did up here on the date card because I didn't have anything on there. Week 14 I stamped. This was actually a stamp and then I cut it out and did that. So that's week 14. And then this would be week 15. So this, for April, I am using the Dear Lizzie Neapolitan kit, core kit. I'm using that all the way through April. You can see I've got my cards all the way in here. So now, before I move on, like my pictures are already in here up to this week. So this is actually the day I'm filming, and I have a photo I took a photo today, and I know specifically what will go in here. But as I move on, I will just start to think about how I want to do my title card, and I'm actually going to go online. I'm going to go on Pinterest and I'm going to look at, I have a Pinterest board that has, it's called Project Life Printables. So I'm going to go ahead and go look on that board, and I'm going to see if I see any date cards that jump out at me that I would like to use. And if so, I'll print them. I always print on Whisper White Stampin' Up cardstock, so I will print those and then I'll use them in my album. If not, then I'll do something like stamped related where I'll just create something. So make sure you come back on Friday for my Love and Life Friday video, and I will be sharing with you guys how I create some title cards, or what thought goes into the actual creating of them, and I'll be sharing with you that process. So thanks guys so much for coming by. You can click on the top of this video and it will take you right over to my website where you can see photos of what I've done, and you can see some supplies that I've talked about. And then I'll be back later this week with new projects. Thanks guys, I'll talk to you later.